Now, a smoke bomb and bottles have been thrown at police officers in Leicester. It happened as they kept members of the English Defence League and Unite Against Fascism apart. It was the city's largest policing operation in 25 years. Let's go live now to Robin Powell. And Robin, despite their best efforts of the police to keep these two sides apart, they weren't able to prevent some violence. What happened?
Well, that's right. Just to clarify, the violence wasn't actually between the two sides, the EDL on the one side and the self-styled anti-fascist counter-protesters on the other. In fact, the problem seemed to be between the English Defence League and the police. There are about 1,000 English Defence League supporters who've come here to Leicester today, and about 700 counter-protesters. This has been the biggest police operation in this city apparently for 25 years. Officers from 12 different forces all over the country, and apparently it did seem for much of the afternoon that they did have the situation under control, but as so often in these cases, the problem occurs when the crowd disperses. And at about 10 to 4, 10 minutes before the protest was due to close, some protesters started charging against a police cordon. In fact, it happened just on this street here, and we were right next to it. They broke through the cordon, and about 200 young males ran completely amok down that street. And it must be said that the police pretty well had lost control for about 10 minutes. We ourselves were very scared. We locked ourselves in our satellite truck down there. The protesters were smashing up police cars, other cars that were in the street, including our satellite equipment as well. And for one very worrying moment, it looked as though a group of protesters were heading to Highfields, which is a largely Asian part of this city, but we are assured by the police that they have now been headed off, and that most protesters are now back on their buses, or either back on the buses or back at the train station and ready to go back home.
Robin Powell, thanks very much.